Or maybe focus on the physical world and or money, things related to lifestyle, things related to anything to do with the earth element. And I see Page of Coins is someone who is younger, who is a novice, someone who's putting themselves in a position of trying something new, signing up. It's the apprentice is the page, usually an apprentice to the knight. And coins represent the earth element. So this could be an openness and a willingness to receive new money. This could be receiving a job, starting new at a job, new lifestyle, new money. It's really optimism, willingness, willingness to receive, willingness to become the novice, become the rookie, start over again perhaps. So this is sort of like saying, I'm signing up, I'm willing to consider this thing that's in front of me. In the Rider-Waite, he holds up a coin and is looking at it, considering it, saying, do I like the money that I'm receiving? Do I like my lifestyle? What do I want to do with it? I'm considering this. And he's very open. A page represents the younger side of ourself. So it may be that you're open to considering, how do I enjoy how money comes into me? What are my possessions? What are my assets? What are my values? Coins can also represent things like values that you want to bring to yourself. So Page of Coins along with Six of Swords means that you may be recovering from something and you may be bringing something new in. This can mean bringing in new values as well as bringing in new assets or possessions. It can be a bringing in of new values. And with this recovery and healing card, Six of Swords depicts someone who's going from stormy seas to calmer waters. And it can either be that this is you helping someone else, or someone else helping you, or you helping yourself, Leo. So this could be receiving help or giving help, or, recovering yourself from something or healing from something. It also can represent travel. So what I'm seeing here at the beginning of November is that there's a consideration of new values and a consideration of perhaps new desires regarding travel, or even new desires regarding your home, regarding your possessions, assets, or your values, what you would like to bring to yourself. And I see, Leo, that it is coming to you through your work. This is definitely you, Queen of Rods. This is the person of fire. It could really be any fire sign. So this could be Aries, Leo, or Sag, but as this is showing up here at the first week of November, I'm really seeing this as you, Leo. And Queen of Rods it's generally female, but also could be male. But Queen of Rods is someone who's confident, who's bold, she's witty, she is attractive and energetic and knows what she wants. She's a very sunny person, very optimistic. She's very radiant. And I see this as you coupled with your work. This card, Eight of Coins, is like whistling while you work. It's putting your nose to the grindstone. You can see the person's very engaged and engrossed in what they're doing. I sometimes call this the artisan card because they're very in love with what they do, and they're working away at it, and they're producing all this work, which also, translates to money. It translates to product, but they're quite in love with what they're doing, very happy with what they're doing. So I see you, Leo, in a good place with your work, or if not already in the good place, wanting to be in a good place. This is showing up for you, you being your radiant self and whistling while you work. So I get good career vibes for you right now. I get good money. Eight of Coins is an accumulation of money through hard work. So I get that you're being very productive. It could be a very productive time for you with your work. And your mind, swords represent the mind and the mental element. So your mind is kind of like reflecting on something, maybe calming down from something. It is a card of healing. So your mind may be healing while you're taking action with your work. You may be going from a disruptive, troublesome place to a calmer place at the beginning of November. I do see there's a Nine of Swords here, coupled with Two of Coins, both in reverse. This could be a little bit of worry over financial matters or joint finances. Nine of Swords is a card. First of all, it's represented by swords, which is the air element, which is the mental element, and often this card means overthinking something, having too many thoughts about something. I sometimes call it making mountains out of molehills. It's creating more thoughts than there needs to be. It's struggling with yourself. And I often see it as going in circles in your mind. So not just having like two thoughts and considering the two or three problems or thoughts or things you need to address, but making it into 9. So be careful of not overthinking something, especially in the reverse position. You may not be seeing that you're overthinking something. And this Two of Coins card can be it can be joint finances, it can be dialogue about money, it can be feeling like you're stretched thin in terms of money. So it could be like needing to take something from Peter to pay Paul. It's sort of like, it's a real card of being flexible and being adaptable, changing to changing circumstances, adapting to circumstancing, and there's actually a real sense of fun in this card. If you can, it's sort of like someone who's able to be flexible and fun can like adapt and laugh and change on a dime. They're on one foot. So it could either be a card of stress. Both of these cards can be cards of stress. This is overthinking. This is feeling off balance on one foot. Or this card can be a card of fun and adaptability. Because this card represents stress and overthinking, I'm kind of getting that there's some worry here about like, can I handle everything? I'm juggling everything. Can I take and handle all the balls that are being thrown at me? So I want you to consider that it might be good to get out of your mind, Leo. You might have to employ some of this healing. You might need someone else to help you with that. Or it may just be that you need to take a time out. That's what this card is about, Four of Swords. But I see in the reverse position that you may have some resistance, fear, or doubt to taking a time out. Four of Swords depicts the soldier who's taking time out from battle to recharge, rejuvenate, reflect. All those cards about like sort of going within, taking time out, not being in action, hanging one's thoughts, as represented by the swords, up on the wall for a bit. So this could be actually what you need, especially mid-month, Leo. And I'd like to encourage you not to resist it, because in the reverse position it says there may be some resistance, some fear, some doubt, some non-allowance of this to happen. I think that if you can allow a rest, a reprieve, a vacation, a hiatus, whatever that means for you, that can be really beneficial for you mid-month. It can take care of if there's this stress going on, overthinking things in your mind, tension, worry, anxiety, as well as feeling off balance, feeling stretched to your limit, feeling like you've got too many balls in the air and you're off balance. Take a time out. All of these are in reverse. So if you correct this one, if you're able to take that breath, be calm, reflect, it's really serene here. He's not on the battlefield. Then you may be able to address some of this stress mid-month. I also see that there is something going on that is not exactly on the up and up here. This is Seven of Swords. So this is someone who is this is very me behavior. This is trying to get away with something. This can sometimes be criminal behavior or dishonesty. I sometimes call this card putting your head in the tiger's mouth, because it is very risk-taking. It's sort of like, I'm going to take what's mine, I'm going to take even what's not mine, regardless of any risks. I'm just going to cover my bases, and the consequences don't matter. So be aware of this. It's possible that you need to reflect upon whether something is honest, something is true, something is in your environment that is me behavior, or that is just like looking out for oneself at any cost, and that could be a cause of what the stress is, that you're trying to deny it or trying to not see it. But I think you need to look at that carefully and closely mid-month, Leo, whether this is you or someone else. It may be that actually acknowledging it and taking time out to reflect upon it can be helpful in terms of dealing with the mental stress or feeling off balance. That's going to be helpful to confront this openly. I also see at the end of the month, there's a little bit of competition going on. This is Five of Wands, which I call this card playing versus fighting. So it can either be open warfare, we see the 5 competitors battling it out, or it can be playfulness, like these could be children who are playing a game. Regardless, it has a lot of Mars energy to it, and it has a lot of action, a lot of competitiveness, so this could be sport, or this could be war. It could be play, or it could be fighting. In the reverse position, it's telling me there's some competition that's not being acknowledged. Some sort of like, this could be people fighting over you, or this could be you fighting with other people, or playing with other people, but it's sublimated. It's not out in the open. It is kind of under the surface. So look at how there might be competition under the surface, Leo. Are you being competitive with someone else and not acknowledging it? Or is someone else being competitive with you and not acknowledging it? Is there like an undercurrent of fighting or even perhaps playing? Like this could be, you know, flirtation. It's just got Mars energy. It's got action. It's got related war and play themes. So sport, anything to do with that. But it's not, whatever is going on, it's not being acknowledged openly. It is under the surface. It's in shadow. And it may be part of what, it's in alignment with this mental worry. And being a novice, it could be that there's some concern, worry over appearing like a rookie, appearing like you don't know everything, that you're starting new, even if it does bring you new money. You know, you may see it as like, okay, there's money involved, I'm overthinking it, and there's like this competitiveness, but I'm trying to deny that. So just consider or reflect on, especially in the end of the month, is there any way in which competitiveness gets involved? I do see that there is a new cup coming towards you. This is 4 of Cups, and whenever this card comes about, I always say look up, look out of yourself. The message of this card is that, first of all, cups represent the heart element. They represent emotion. So what the message of 4 of Cups is that as we just reflect upon what is, what exists, what's currently in existence, we get more of the same. I call this the Rip Van Winkle card sometimes because he's sort of asleep, and you can see that weeds are growing around him because it's just sort of like the same old monotony. Is this all there is? I'm checking out. It's a little bit aloof, you know, but he's missing out on the universe trying to hand him new love, new joy, new heart energy, new things that are going to fill your heart, passion. And so in this card, I always say be careful that you look up and out of your routine experience, because there's new love coming to you. There's new passion, new joy, new heart energy that's literally being offered to you, Leo. But you have to look up and out of yourself, out of your current situation, to see it and receive it. So this card is like saying wake up. In some ways, too, this card also has that element. There's a Buddhist saying that says, enjoy your problems. And this, sometimes, some people translate this card as like the petty annoyances of life, the problems, the things that we have to go through, like, you know, traffic, just all the little trivial stuff that, you know, rock in your shoe kind of feeling. And you may be trying to deny that or just getting fed up with it. Try to embrace what your problems are teaching you. And there may be new love, new passion, new desires that come to you through acceptance and working through that. But regardless, look up and out of yourself. Look out of your regular routine, because there's new life, new love, new passion there, Leo. And then at the end of the month, there's something that's coming to an end that you may be resisting. And it has to do with money, holding on to the money. This is Death in reverse, coupled with 4 of Coins in reverse. Death isn't necessarily a literal death. It can be, but it doesn't always show up that way. It's often a transformation or the end of a cycle. So we see in death that there is a cutting of this rose. Every rose, every plant has a lifespan of that blooms and then it fades. And that's how we get new life, is by cutting this rose and collecting the seeds. The seeds are what creates new life. So death represents an ending of a cycle, and because it's in reverse, it tells me that you may be resisting the ending of this cycle. There may be some fear, some doubt, some way that this ending is in shadow, or that you don't want to let go. And there's something about security and stability and the money, clinging on to the money, that is in tandem with that. You don't want it to end because you either want to receive the money or you want to hold on to the money, or there's something going on there. With Four of Coins, it's really a card of fear regarding money or security. You can see in the card that he's got money on his mind, money on his lap, money blocking his heart. It's like a clenched fist where you're trying to hold on to every last thing out of fear. It's not trusting that there's more. And what I always use for this card is the image of the closed fist versus the open hand. So if you've got a closed fist and you're clenching and grasping onto things, it doesn't allow any new life in. That's actually the message that I'm getting with the two of these together. It's not allowing new life in. If you resist the death, if you're holding on to money or security or whatever it is, that maintaining the status quo at all costs, it can be very stagnating, Leo. So I want you to consider, how can I embrace change, transformation, letting go of the old cycle? Also, another Buddhist saying is like, let go or be dragged. That's kind of what I'm getting for you for this. Try to open up. God, I'm really getting all that with all three of these cards towards the end, Leo. Work on opening your heart, letting go of the cycle that is wanting to end, that you may have fear or resistance of having it end, and be open to receiving more. It's kind of like this page that is considering and open to this new thing that's coming in. This guy is almost the opposite of Page of Coins. He's like, no, I'm holding on for dear life with all of it. I've got fear. I want to maintain the status quo. Everything, I need to lock it down. Page is like, wow, what's possible? What's new? What can come to me? What is, what's happening? What's coming in? So try to loosen it up towards the end of the month, Leo. I think there's some new heart energy coming in, but you have to be willing to let go of the old cycle, and you have to kind of loosen your grip, especially regarding money, financial stability, structure, all of that. It's kind of blocking your heart right now. There's more heart stuff that wants to come in, both with Four of Cups, but you have to get through your resistance of security, stability, maintaining that status quo. Let go of the old story, let go of the old cycle, and something new wants to come in.